Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is a first of doing a tarot reading for a video on YouTube, and today's main theme for our reading is going to be for the autumn-fall season. The first day of autumn has finally passed over the weekend on Saturday. So, this is something that everyone wanted on my other channel. So this reading is going to have a focus for the fall season for the collective. Since this is my first time doing this like this, I apologize for how my setup looks. I don't have a great camera or great lighting, and I apologize for that. But this is all that I can manage at the moment. But yeah, so I have 3 piles here. To select a pile, I recommend that you sit on your own, either with silence or with meditative music, and to concentrate on which pile comes to you, which pile draws you in. For pile one right here, we have Tiger's Eye. For pile number 2, we have Rose Quartz. And for pile number 3, we have an Amethyst. So if you need to pause the video, go ahead and do so now and focus on what pile you are drawn to. With that being said, let's go ahead and begin with pile number 1. Okay, pile number 1, let's go ahead and take a look at your cards for the fall season. So the first card we have here, I'm sorry about the lighting, is we have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, I'm trying to get it to stand. I am so sorry about the lighting. I know you can barely see it. I'm just going to set it down here instead. Your second tarot card is, we have the Queen of Swords. And for your last tarot card, we have the Knight of Wands. Okay. Okay, pile number 1. What I'm getting here, especially with the 3 of Pentacles, feels like some of you are daydreaming. I feel like you're trying to pull at or chase after a form of a career or a form of stability along your finances, career life. With the 3 of Pentacles, there's the image of the girl staring out of a window as if she's seeking something, as if she sees something outside the window, like something that is calling to her, that is meant for her, or she thought it was meant for her, but she's second guessing. I believe you're in a position where you're second guessing yourself on some decisions, whether it has to do with finance or career. And it seems like you only just now came to that realization, but you've been questioning it for a bit now, for a while. And it seems like now that we're entering into the fall season, we're almost done with the year, something in you is saying, this wasn't for me, this is not meant for me. And and you've kind of grasped onto that. You've grasped onto that mindset of this wasn't for me from the start. I shouldn't have I shouldn't have gone and went into this believing that it was when it wasn't meant for me. It was more like you were I don't want to say that you were pressured, but it feels like you were pressured or rushed into doing this. Into making the decision to do this certain thing that wasn't for you. This could have been a job or maybe a class that you took. And now you're struggling with the fact that you wasted your time and now it's not for you. And that kind of drives in with the Queen of Swords. She's completely lifting her head up. Her chin is up, her crown is on her head, and she has that stare of this was not meant to be, and I have to leave it. And you're standing on your ground on that one. But it feels like someone or some people may tell you or have told you, "Oh no, you shouldn't leave this behind. It was good for you. You know, you went to do this and do that. You know, you were great. You were smart. This was meant for you." But deep inside of yourself, you stand on the ground of defending your belief that this wasn't for you. It just wasn't for you. And you want to move on. And that kind of draws in as well with the Knight of Wands. It's like a new idea or a new creative outlook, something better to strive for that you have seen or something that you tried and you realized this is what you wanted. And it feels like the Knight of Wands is like projecting that realization that you had. And creatively and intuitively, the Knight of Wands is saying that it basically, from what I'm feeling, is that the moment you realize that that other career, job, pathway, whatever it was, when you realize that that wasn't for you, and you realize that something else was, something that you enjoyed and it made you happy and it brought you to life, so to say. The Knight of Wands is basically reflecting that of you. You came to that realization and now you have to take that stance, that protection. And that is what I get for the Knight of Wands. So, as a whole, for those of you in pile one, you basically gone ahead and practically you've gone ahead and basically made this for yourself. You made this decision for yourself and you're not going to go back on it. Don't go back on it, because whatever it was that you were on currently, that pathway that you realized wasn't for you, it caused so much stress for you. It made you feel ill. It didn't make you happy like you thought it would. So yeah, continue basically continue on that mindset, on that belief that whatever that thing was that made you happy, that brought you joy, something that completely changed you and made you realize, go after that, strive for that, reach for it, go after it. Don't go back on your word or your belief because of what others may tell you. Okay, let's take a look at your other cards. You have one other card here. Look at that. We have the 12th house, escape, along with those different moon phases. Yeah, this definitely confirms what I what I just said before. Escape. You're escaping the pathway that you had previously. You don't want that pathway, that career, that job anymore. It's just not meant for you. And it's like you came to that realization just now, and this fully confirms it. I also would recommend looking to your 12th house in your astrology chart to take a look at what's there. And Yeah, this definitely goes with what I just said, that you're escaping that pathway. You're no longer being stuck there and you're moving forward. And this is something that you wanted. This is something that you need. And for those of you who believe that the pathway you were on is actually meant for you, I get the feeling that you don't want to leave it for a certain reason and that you do enjoy it, but it feels like something's missing from it. And maybe that's the piece that you're trying to find. Okay. Now for the next set of cards, we have the Wizard of the Woods, Focus. And then we also have Enchanted Fern Grotto, Refuge. Yeah, pile number one. You're seeking refuge onto another path, or seeking refuge or solace into something else that will fully complete you. And this is something that you've been seeking, you've been wanting it, and it's finally here in your grasp. It's right there in front of you. You just need to go after it and just focus on that thing that's bringing you that joy, that's giving you that hope, and leave whatever you had in your previous pathway behind. This is your escape. This is something you set up for yourself, not something that someone told you to do or pressured you with. This is a decision you made yourself. And yeah, you're seeking refuge. Um refuge like the escapism, like calling it home, this new thing, this new pathway, this new career or job, something that you can relatively call home because it feels that way to you. Um, Considering we have a wizard here and this magical girl in this card over here with the refuge, I do believe some of you are highly intuitive and maybe you don't realize it. I believe that some of you are also able to manifest really well, and it's possible that you're a bit more spiritual than others, but you just don't realize it. Or maybe you don't fully believe in it, but it's there. It's just something I wanted to throw out there that felt I should. And for your last two cards right here, we have self-care. Drowning doesn't always require water. See? That right there. Your pathway that you were currently on that you realized wasn't for you, it was completely drowning you. It was just burying you. And it's about time that you focused on yourself and not on something else that someone or others have pressured you to do, something that you want to do. That's another form of self care. Um, if you're dealing with a health issue, maybe sickness, because there is a lot of like flu and colds going around right now, including a certain, you know, disease. Um, do take care of yourself. Because I feel like it's something that you have not been doing. You haven't been taking care of yourself at all. That's not good. Do take care of yourself, you guys. Pile number one, take care of yourselves real well. Because you're going to need to be at full strength when you dive into this new thing that really draws you in. And for your last card we have here, we have optimism. After each rainstorm, there will be clear skies. So, oops. Yeah, so with optimism here, yeah, you've already passed the storm. You're on your way. And just keep that belief, keep defending your stance on the fact that you are ready to move on from wherever you are now. And no one else can take that away from you. Pile number one, you guys are moving, you are striving. And with the winter season here coming, um right now is actually a good time to gather yourself, gather your strength, like the harvest. Harvest your strength and prepare, because after winter, when we enter into the new year, you're going to be striving for that thing that brings you joy, for that job, that career, whatever it is that's going to bring you an immense amount of joy. That's something that you guys are definitely going to be going for. And it's something that you have to protect and keep belief and faith in it. And that is all I have for pile number one. So take care. And don't forget to take care of yourselves and stay hydrated, y'all. I know some of y'all need to drink more water. Please do that. Okay, pile number two. Let's go ahead and look at your cards. I'm gonna go ahead and say now, your cards were a bit stubborn in coming out when I was shuffling, and I feel like there is some stubborn like energy here for you, pile number two. So let's go ahead and look at the first card. We have the Ten of Cups. For your second card, we have the Seven of Pentacles. And your third card, the Page of Wands. Okay, pile number two. There is a lot of stubbornness energy here, and though the cards look grand, especially for the Ten of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles, I get the feeling that you're wanting more. You want to bring in more stability, I want to say, or more joy into your life. Emotional, yeah, some form of emotional stability. With the Ten of Cups here, your cups are filled. There's a rainbow above you. You know, everything seems okay. And then you have the happy family at the bottom. But I get the feeling that you want more of that. Like, you feel like things are good. But I also get the feeling that you're probably overthinking it, or you're just wanting more of that good feeling. You know, you're praying for it, you're begging for it, you're manifesting it, and you want more of it. And there's nothing wrong with wanting more happiness, you know, wanting more accomplishment, you know, going high up that ladder. And it's like you're gathering that. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the woman with the basket in her hand with the apples, and then you have the pentacles hanging from the trees as she's collecting them. This is something you built for yourself. I feel like you have a bit of fear of that disappearing. Like maybe you were disappointed so much over the years or in your life or just recently, and you finally found this stability that you wanted, that you prayed for, that you wished for, that you longed for, something that you've been calling for so long, and now you have it. But it's like, what now? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling at peace. I'm feeling happy. I'm overjoyed. I have this. I have that. but your mind is saying, what's going to happen next? What's going to go wrong? So it's like with the page of wands here, it's like you're ready, like you're staring out into the world, just staring out there with this stubborn the stubborn feeling of you not wanting to accept that this is how it is, because you're so used to that negative output, negative mindset. You're so used to it, even though right now currently it's not needed. And it's like you're just waiting there, standing there for something to happen or something to go wrong. But you shouldn't be thinking that way, pile number 2. You need to keep up with that happiness, telling yourself, I have this, I have that. I shouldn't be expecting anything more or anything less. You need to knock off that mindset of something's gonna go wrong. Just knock it off, guys. Like, for real, if you've been telling yourself that something's gonna go wrong, something's gonna ruin everything, or this person's gonna ruin this person's going that, stop that. Get rid of that mindset. You need to get rid of it completely. It's just not meant for you to have anymore. You need to get rid of that stubborn feeling. Otherwise it's gonna turn into a type of greed, and it's gonna make people not trust you. Pile number 2. Trust in what you have and trust in yourself. Okay? Don't let what you think is going to happen, because the more that you think on it, the more that you expect it, it will occur. It's the same way as when you manifest and pray for good things. The more you think on the bad things or the negative thoughts, the closer it'll be to coming towards you. And that's a mindset you need to let go of. Okay, let's look at your other cards here. We have the Stag Spirit, Leadership, and then we also have Dragon, Power. Yeah, this is where that stubbornness is coming from. You have that power to keep what you have now. You grew and created this life that you currently have for yourself. You're that leader that you've always wanted to be, maybe as a child. You're that leader that said, hey, this is my life. This is how I want it to be, and it's going to be this way. You created that with your power, with your manifestation. And like a dragon that would protect its own territory, its nest, its egg, you're using your power to defend what you have, but at the same time be careful. And quoting from Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. Literally, keep the positive manifestations going and don't think that something bad is going to take it all away. Trust in where you are at right now. You are in a good spot. Trust in that. And your next cards that we have here, we have Aries. I am. Some of you are Aries, pile number 2. And you guys are strong. You have a passion. You have, with the element of fire, you have this great passion in you. And that goes along with power and leadership. I am. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And your second card we have is Chiron, healing. Very significant. Very significant with the fact that you created this life for yourself. You've moved on from the hardship and you are healing. But with that healing comes with the fact that you have to let go of the mindset that you are having, especially with the negative thoughts. You need to get rid of the mindset of something's gonna take it all away. Get rid of that. Pile number 2. Get rid of it completely. Get rid of it completely. For some of you who are couples, pile number two, for some of you in relationships, maybe within a marriage, if you've been asking for kids, I think you may expect some good news. Expect some good news soon. Either some of you are going to have children soon, or a relative is going to have a child soon. It's something you've been wanting, you've been begging for. Like you're ready. Now that you're stable, you're ready for a child. And I feel that along with the stag spirit, because most the animals like the stag or a deer, they connect more to earth like energy, and that's more natureful and nurturing. So yeah, I believe that if you've been praying for a child, expect surprises to come. You guys are really strong and stubborn. I swear, you guys are. And for the last two cards, you have Wild. Believe in your otherworldly beauty. Dance with the waves. Drink in the sunshine. See? See? Keep believing in what you have now. Dance to the rhythm of your heart, of your life. You're creating this flow. It's yours and it's here in the palm of your hands. Believe in that. Trust in that. Trust in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in your relationships, your bonds. Believe where you are within your career path. Believe in that because right now you are in a good spot. Keep believing in that. Don't let it go. And don't allow yourself to dig a hole for you to fall into. Okay? And for your last card, we have Explore. Maps show what has already been discovered. Go another way. So yeah, you guys have already done the journey that you've been on. Like you guys really pushed through and had some hard times in your life. Maybe and definitely within the past few years. I feel like within the past a few years that have passed, even before the pandemic came around, you guys were on this journey of healing, preserving yourself, discovering yourself. And you have to keep believing in the person that you are now and the person that you created for yourself. This being of power that now knows that they have power, that now knows that they are capable of more than what they had imagined at the start of your healing journey. And when it says go another way, I get the feeling that now that you're stable, you want to try new things. And it's fine to do new things. Maybe a new skill or a new class. I think this might also have to do with some of you who are wishing for a child if you're married. Like you're ready for it. You're ready for that next step in your journey. Now that you're stable, that you're happy, and you have everything that you need and want, now it's time for something new. And that's something you guys are wishing for. And that is all I see for you guys, pile number two. You guys are a strong house. Like, you guys are good. Just get rid of that mindset and keep that negative mindset and keep trusting in yourself, in your own power, in your own beliefs, and keep going for gold. Keep going for gold. You guys are there. You guys are there. And with the rose quartz, definitely. Because rose quartz is more emotionally in tune, especially for those in relationships or someone seeking a romantic relationship. Like, if you're single now, expect partners to come. I say partners because I believe some of these partners are going to be good, but it might not be a partnership that's meant to last. There is someone at the end of the road for you that's definitely going to be with you for the rest of your life. But you have a couple of lessons there with other partners who can show you and teach you things before you reach that last person that's going to remain with you for the end of your days. So, yeah, if that's all I see for you guys for pile number 2. Thank you so much for all of this power that you guys are just surging through. Okay. And wish you guys the best. All right, pile number 3. You are the last pile for I would say today, but it's not day. Or currently as this video is being recorded. But anyways, pile number 3. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. First one we have here is the 5 of Cups. Your second card is the King of Cups. And your third card here is the Lovers. Ooh. You know, it's funny that we have the Lovers popping up here, considering that the stone for your pile was an amethyst-shaped heart. So I feel like pile number 3, you guys have been seeking a romance. And with the 5 of Cups here, with the 5 of Cups, it feels like you've gone through romances over and over again, especially with the fact that there's a couple of cups on the card right here that have fallen over. Those represent your previous relationships. You guys lost so much in those relationships. I feel like some of you were brokenhearted right after those. And you just don't know how to go about finding that person that's going to complete you or make you whole. But I get the feeling that right now, pile number 3, for my people of pile number 3, you guys need to focus on yourself. There's a lot of self-healing that needs to be done here. And before you could even get to the end where the Lover's card is, you need to reclaim who you are and believe in yourself. You need to regain what was lost in your previous relationships. I feel like you've lost pieces of yourself bit by bit through the previous relationships that you've had. And so you can't sit at this throne that's the King of Cups, where you're fulfilled, and you're sitting on this throne right here where you know that you deserved better. You didn't deserve to have what happened to you. What had happened was not your fault. And that's something that you need to realize. For those of you in pile number 3, you had tough relationships where it was probably thrown at your face, where people were telling you it was your fault. You did this, you did that, you made me do this. I feel like some of you were either cheated on or the other person just lost interest with you and they just blamed it all on you. They didn't want to take any accountability. And that's not fair. It takes 2 to tango. And it's not fair that you were the only one taking the blame for something that really was not your fault. It feels like you've tried. You threw yourself into it. You threw parts of you into these relationships. And it feels like every single time those pieces of you were just crushed into dust and just lost with time. For some of you, it feels like this happened within the past year or 2. And for some of you, it feels like it was a long-lasting relationship that you thought would be forever, but then all of a sudden it was taken away. It just went away from you. And I feel like you guys had a hard time accepting the fact that you lost these relationships. For some of you, it's like you grew a bit numb to the idea of a good relationship, of something that's where both sides are equal on the matter. Like, you don't believe that anymore. And that's a mindset that was pushed onto you based on things that you either saw, maybe in your own household growing up, or you experienced through your previous relationships. And you look to other things to really see what exactly a good relationship is supposed to be like. But to you, those examples are like just fantasies. Those are just dreams that you believe you can't have. But that's not true. What you throw out there can come back to you. And you need to do a lot of self healing to throw that good energy, that healed energy out there into prayers and wishes and manifesting the fact that you want someone who's going to treat you well, is going to love you, and is going to be there for the remainder of your time on this planet. The moment you get through that journey of self-healing, of rediscovering who you are as a person, is the moment where you'll reach that end where that person that you were wishing for is going to come to you. And that's where you'll be at the Lover's card. The Lover's card is your end game. That is your goal. That is where you want to be. That is where you want to be. But the only way to get there is to heal yourself after these relationships that you've had. Because if you don't and you continue to just go after person, you're just going to hurt yourself even more. And you're going to continue to lose whatever you have of yourself. So stop going into relationships immediately. If you're doing one night stands, stop it. You're giving yourself up and it feels like a coping mechanism. Don't do that. Get some therapy, get some help. Talk to someone. To someone that you trust, that you know won't judge you and agrees that whatever happened in your previous relationships, none of it was your fault. I get the feeling some of these relationships probably, for some of you, probably wasn't romantic and may have been a friendship. Either a friendship or maybe family. Because I think that the way that your relationships were, you saw those bad sides and thought they were normal because they were around you the entire time and you saw them within your family or the people that you called friends. And I feel like that's what you considered was normal. For someone to step on you and walk all over you. Because no one showed you that respect of an equal. Pile number 3. Know that you should stand on your own 2 feet and believe in yourself and seek out a group or seek out people who will treat you like an equal and won't treat you like you're the second. Only then will you be able to realize that, hey, I didn't deserve how I was treated by these other individuals. I deserved way better. Okay, pile number 3, let's go ahead and take a look at your next set of cards. So we have Taurus. I have. And then we have the 8th house. Endings and beginnings. Yeah, your previous relationships have ended. And now is the time to look and seek out yourself. It's time to be single for a while. You got to go on this self-healing journey. You have to be able to rediscover who you are. And that way you can create that new cycle, that new rebirth. You want the energy of the Taurus. You want to be the one to say, I have this. I have this. It's mine. You want to create that new beginning with a new point of view and not the one that you currently are stuck in. Self healing is hard and it's going to be a long journey. But the moment that you take the steps forward on that journey, you will begin to see changes within yourself and within the people around you. You'll soon be able to become aware of those who are not within your best interest at heart. People who you didn't realize were so toxic. You're going to be aware of their behaviors, of what they say, what they do, and you're going to come to that realization of why was I around this person? Why was I hanging out with this person if they are like this? Okay, let's look at your next few cards. We have Wooden Nymph, Beauty. We have Standing Stones, Passage. And we have the Bluebird Spirit, Happiness. See that? See that you have to believe in yourself and go on this self-healing journey. You are this beautiful being, this beautiful person, this beautiful woman. You are someone who is beautiful inside and out. Pile number 3. For those in this pile, you guys are amazing, but you just don't realize it. And this self-healing journey is going to lead you down this passage, leading you to the end result, which is happiness. This bluebird. I feel like some of you are attracted to bluebirds or birds in general, and you may have seen some come across your paths in certain days. Those are signs for you. You want to be like the bird. You want to fly on this journey till you reach your end goal. And your end goal is to be like the Lover's card, to achieve that happiness that you should have had from these people who treated you like you were crap, like you were dirt, and blamed everything on you. Like I said, once you start this healing journey, you're going to realize just how wonderful you are and how these people who have been around you, they did not have your best interests. They completely just were in for themselves. They weren't for you, and they've taken advantage of you, and it's time to stop that. It's a time to cut them out of your life. You can choose to forgive and let go. And the moment you let go, you're going to see a really big change in yourself and in the world around you. Your world is going to shift greatly. And I believe with the winter season coming up after the fall, definitely your self-healing journey has to start now, so that when you enter into the new year and the winter is over and done with, you're going to have this new path opened up completely for you to walk through. And it's going to be a path that you set for yourself, an opportunity that's going to come for you, and it's going to lead you down that road of happiness into the next year once the winter is over. And I'm hoping that you guys are able to stay on that pathway that you create for yourself after this healing journey. Because if you go back, it's going to be hard. There are times where during a self-healing journey, you may find yourself going back and rethinking things. And that's okay. That's normal. Because you were exposed to all this toxicity before in your relationships, that it's hard to break away from it. It's completely fine and it's normal that you look back. But when you look back, shake your head and turn back forward to the new pathway before you on your journey. Do not allow what had happened to smear on where you're going. Because if you do, it's just going to be a cycle over and over again. And for your last two cards, dive. You don't find pearls on the seashore. Yeah, you need to dive into that healing journey to get those pearls, to get that lover, or to get those friends. Maybe even healing a relationship that turned sour with someone else that you considered a close person to you. You got to do the work if you want to see results. You can't just act like it's just going to come to you. You have to do the work. And your last card, generosity. What good is treasure if you keep it for yourself? Now, with this card, what good is treasure if you keep it for yourself? I believe this ties into your end game, or this ties into the fact that you keep certain things to yourself that you need to share in order for that healing to come. You need to share with someone your pain. You need to share it with someone and tell someone that you really trust, that you know won't turn their back on you, someone that does love you and care about you. And tell them how you're feeling, and tell them that you want change. You want to heal yourself, and you want to break away from all these toxic things, all these toxic people, all these toxic mindsets. The moment that you do share your stories is going to be like a big weight lifting off of your shoulders, and you won't be alone to deal with it. There are people who are going to help you or to stand beside you as you heal, and they're going to cheer you on, and that is exactly what you need and what you need to look for. Those who are willing to support you. Share this fact with them that you're ready to move on, that you're ready for that change, that you're ready to strive for that happiness that you are craving. These people who are going to be at your side are going to be the ones to cheer for you and be happy for you. And they're going to be the ones to say, I'm proud that you are standing on your ground. I'm proud that you broke away from all of these toxic things and people. I'm proud that you've managed to make it this far, and I can't wait to see what's in store for you. So yes, pile number 3, please, please take those steps. Take the steps forward on your healing journey to seek out yourself so that someone else will come to you. That manifestation, you got to start. You got to start telling yourself, I was not at fault for what had happened. I was not at fault for what had occurred. I shouldn't be blamed for things that were not my doing. I deserve better. You need to tell yourself that. You need to bring yourself some positive affirmations. You have it all. You need to reclaim what was lost. And once you do that, you're going to feel so much better, and you're going to have that happiness that is that bluebird spirit. I do recommend paying attention to when you are outside, out and about. I recommend that you pay attention to where you look, because there will be birds there as signs to show you that you are going down that right path. And that is all I have for you, pile number 3. I'd like to take this time for all the piles. I'd like to take this time to thank the universe, guides, spirit guides, for these messages for today. And I'd like to thank all your ancestors as well who came through with these messages for all of you. And I wish all 3 of my piles, I wish all of you the best. Good luck. Let's go into this autumn season with pride. And let's do it. It is time to harvest. It is time to harvest in that work that everyone needs to do. so that by the time winter comes around and it is over, we will begin that new journey in the new year. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.